So, that now takes us to our members open forum. Hi, my name is Shakir, I am a certified general accountant, and I am a Coast Capital Savings member. I have a few critically important concerns I hope you will be able to address. As credit unions are owned by their members, why are credit unions not doing a better job of educating their members when it comes to the damage a secular bear market will do to their life savings? Why are the devastating effects of a secular bear market not properly explained to members who trust the credit union's financial advisors to prudently manage their life savings? Explaining this to investors may not be good for a bank's bottom line, but for a credit union to not explain these risks to the credit union's owners, to me, that is unforgivable. Maybe this is why those that save and invest never actually feel like they're getting ahead, whereas those that collect handsome fees for managing other people's money seem to have no problem going on 1 or 2 exotic vacations each year. All the vacations that investors have put off, or dreamt of taking in their golden years, never come to be, because these vacations have already been taken by the people that were fortunate enough to have earned such handsome commissions and fees off the life savings of investors, for helping them manage their money more effectively. The chairman of the board tells us that senior management pay is based on the fact that the credit union is now a $12 billion plus financial institution. But, when Surrey Metro, Richmond Savings, and Pac Coast merged, members were told that the reality is, it is easier to succeed as a $10 billion credit union than it is as a $2 billion credit union. At least that was the rationale members were given for the need to merge 10 years ago. How many $12 billion companies are there in Canada where not a single shareholder is allowed to know what the company they own is paying their top executives? Is there anything the owners of a credit union can do to have this information made public? What would it take? What are the hurdles? Another concern I have is that senior management and the board feel that the members have no claim to the hundreds of millions of dollars the credit union has in retained earnings, or the tens of millions in profits the credit union earns each year. Profits which are earned off the backs of the owners of the credit union. They see members as the only skin they have in the game is the $5 they invested to become members of the credit union. Also, senior management has been very successful in bringing down total compensation costs, but this has been done by switching frontline staff to defined contribution pension plans, and away from defined benefit pension plans. This was sold to employees as a positive, as very few people work at the credit union until retirement. And this sounds logical enough. So, what type of pension plan do senior management, old and new, choose to negotiate for themselves? Do they choose instead to go with an even more generous defined benefit plan? If so, why the discrepancy? Mr. Hare, if you could wrap up please. I was hoping you would give me a little extra time as I am here trying to more fairly represent the 99% of the credit union members who are not employees, and who are not here today. No. I will wrap up with one last statement then. Credit unions should be different from the banks because we do not need to take excessive risks to chase profits, or out of fear of losing market share, or falling share prices. Also, credit unions should look to bulk insure mortgages to reduce our exposure to losses that result from a significant rise in foreclosures that we will see once the housing bubble pops. This would still be a lot less costly than the millions that the credit union has lost through the way of bad investments in asset-backed commercial paper. For example, what was the dollar amount, and what was the percentage of the original investment amount lost, in regards to our investments in asset-backed commercial paper? And, what percentage of their bonus did the senior executive responsible for these losses, and the CEO still earn in the years that these losses were incurred? Thank you, Mr. Hare. In regards to senior management compensation, the board that you elect is in charge when it comes to senior management compensation. We establish the compensation and we treat that as strictly confidential. Moving on, is there anyone else who wishes to speak? May I ask a follow-up question? No. This is not a debate. But what are the rules in regards to asking a follow-up question? Discussion is limited to 3 minutes, except the mover may speak a second time to close debate. So, I am allowed to ask a follow-up question, right? No. Is there anybody else who would like to speak? I note that we have had no questions from those watching the AGM online, and other than Mr. Hare, we have only had one other question. May I please ask a follow-up question? I believe you have already spoken. I was hoping you would let me ask a follow-up question considering the fact that this is a $12 billion financial institution and only 2 questions have been asked. With almost 500,000 members, 100 or so who are here at the AGM and maybe a handful of us who are not credit union employees or board members. I am trying to best represent the interest of the hundreds of thousands of members who are not here today. I will leave it to those in the audience, a vast majority who are credit union employees. Do you want to hear Mr. Hare again, or do you want to adjourn? I think I hear nods for the adjournment. Really? You hear nods for the adjournment. Boy, those employees must be nodding mighty hard. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The meeting is adjourned.